Millard Fuller has many accomplishments to his name, from becoming a millionaire before he was 30 years old and then giving his money away, to writing 4 books. But he is best known, and one of the main reasons he is being recognized today is because he is the founder and the president, the one who gave birth to the Habitat for Humanity International. This ecumenical Christian housing program, as you know, uses volunteer labor and tax deduction donations of funds and materials to build affordable homes for low-income people in the United States and 30 other countries around the world. They build these homes, they give the new owners a low, affordable monthly mortgage payment. Those mortgage payments go into the Fund for Humanity to support the construction of even more homes. Not only does Habitat for Humanity address the physical needs for shelter, but it also brings the needy and the affluent people together in a partnership that builds new relations and a new sense of community. The Martin Luther King Jr. State Holiday Commission has chosen Millard Fuller as the recipient of this year's Humanitarian Award. And I am very pleased to act in behalf of the commission and present this very special award to this very special man.
Thank you, Governor, for your kind and gracious remarks. I want to tell you that I'm deeply humbled by receiving the award, and I want to say to you, Governor, and to Calvin Smyrie, to Mayor Jackson, to all of the members of the commission, that I accept this on behalf of so many people, especially my dear wife, Linda, with whom I had the privilege of founding Habitat for Humanity, and several members of our International Board of Directors who are here from various parts of the United States, from the Philippines, from Canada, and from many of you, because I know that many of you in this audience have given money to Habitat for Humanity, you've driven nails and you've sawed boards, because this is a grassroots work that depends on all of us. It's like any good work. It's like the work that Dr. Martin Luther King did. He didn't do it alone. He did it with a whole lot of people being committed to the dream. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I do want to be brief, but as I reflected on the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I think, as all of you do, that he was a man of dreams. He was a man who dreamed about judging people by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. He was a man who dreamed about a day when people would be equal, when there would be more bridges and fewer barriers. And because he dreamed and because others dreamed with him, we do live in a better day. Things are not as they used to be. They are not like they ought to be, but they're not like they used to be. And there is a great improvement, and we owe a great debt of gratitude to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for how he gave his life for others and how he dreamed. I too have a dream. All of us in Habitat for Humanity have a dream. And that dream is that we will have a world one day where all people who are made in the image of God will have a decent place in which to live. I think that's a worthy dream for all of us to work for. Also, as I think of the life and the significance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I naturally think of nonviolence. He was a man of aggressive goodwill, but a man who believed that changes that needed to be made ought to be made nonviolently. That's a good concept. That's a good idea for us to recommit ourselves to on the occasion of honoring this great man of vision and faith and nonviolence. And I want to say to all of you here today, and through you and through the media, to everyone who might be hearing my words or seeing me personally in any other way, if you engage in acts of violence, you dishonor the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We talk about our great country and our great state, and indeed that is correct. But this past year, 24,000 Americans murdered their fellow Americans. That is a disgrace. And we disgrace the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when we slaughter one another. There's got to be a better way to resolve disputes, whatever the dispute is, rather than taking out guns and knives and killing one another. My skin happens to be white, but I'm a member of the human race. And my dear brothers and sisters, whether you be black or whether you be white, let us quit slaughtering one another. Let us resolve our disputes non-violently and honor the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So again, I want to say that you have honored me greatly, and you have honored all, including many of you who are in this audience, for the work that we seek to do in Habitat for Humanity. We have a dream, as I said, and the dream continues. We are a long way from realizing the dream that we have in Habitat for Humanity, as we still are a long way from realizing the dreams of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But God, I believe, calls us to these kinds of noble tasks. And to the extent that we turn our eyes toward our Creator and realize that with God strengthening us, all things become possible. And we can quit killing one another. We can quit this senseless violence. We can move on to a better day. We can respect one another. Black and white can sit down together. The rich and the poor can build houses together, and we can have a better world in which for all of us to live. Thank you.